رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Okay, this lesson is about the pronunciation of ra. Okay, there are general things. Okay, the general things that fatha and dhamma gives you strong sound of the ra. Okay, and the kasra gives you weak sound, right? And it's called tafkhim, the strong, and tarqiq, okay, the weak. Okay, now I want to like make all of the cases clear to you. It's 8-4-2, like memorize it this way: 8-4-2, 8 for the strong, 4 for the weak, 2 for both of them. Okay, and actually I remember before I told you the general cases. If you counted the general cases, you will find that they were like the general were 6 in the strong, and 3 in the weak. Okay, those are the general that I told you about before, right? You will see it. You'll see it like when I go around the cases from 1 to the end. You'll find that the cases I told you before were the general cases, and there are cases that you will not see quite often, but it's there. Okay. Okay. The first one, just to recap, the ra with the strong ones. Okay, the 8 ones that are strong. The ra with fatha. Okay. So, for example, if you say Ramadan, you will not see Ramadan. No, Ramadan. Okay. We're talking here in Hafs. Okay. We're talking in قراءة حفص, right? The recitation of Hafs. And here, if you have it with a sukoon and the fatha preceding it, it will be Maryam, like this. Mar, not Mar. Yeah. How to get like a strong, again, how to get a strong sound of the ra. If this is your mouth and the ra is coming from here, you should curve your tongue like this, right? To get it strong. Mar. If you are trying to get it weak, your tongue will be like this. Will not have a curve. Will have a straight line. Okay, so you say mar, right? Mar and mar. Yes. And then comes the third case. When you have a fatha and then a sukoon and then another sukoon, like for this one, wal asr, you will have it here with kasra, right? But when you stop, again there is a general rule: you cannot start with a sukoon, and you cannot end with another haraka other than the sukoon, right? So if you try to start, like for example this swa will have a sukoon or something, try to start, you cannot say walla. Okay, you cannot start it this way. And if you end the recitation, you should not end on something other than the sukoon. You cannot say wal asri and stop. Okay, you should say wal asr. If you continue, yes, you can say wal asri innal insana lafi khusr, but if you stop, you'll have it with the sukoon, right? Okay, wal asr, wal asr, wal asr, ro, wal asr, ro. Get the ra. Yes. This one. Wal asr. You just know it right now. Okay.
I thought before like wal asr.
No. Wal asr.
Let me try to clarify.
Yeah.
If I say wal asr, means this one is weak, right? Wal asr.
It's not a weak, but you didn't show me the ra. I didn't listen to the ra. Okay. I didn't listen to it from you. When you say wal asr, where's the ra? Right?
Wal asr?
What if you say wal asr?
Yeah.
Wal asr, where is the ra? I didn't listen to it. If I say wal asr, This is you can listen to the ra this way, okay?
So when we recite the surah for the first number one, we say wal asr.
والعصر
Wal asr.
رو 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 رو.
Also the back sound,
Wal asr.
This one, yes. The last one. والعصر والعصر. Yes. Try. Yeah. والعصر. Yeah, do not try to make a qalqala. Qalqala means like if you are stressing the sound, like just don't just say it like you're saying al falaq. Not this way. Not if I'm saying wal asr, not this way, but just get the ra to be visible, to be like hearable. Okay, wal asr, wal asr.
Wal asr.
Yes, yeah, and then you will have inna al-insana fi khusr as well. Okay. And then comes the ru, okay? This is all obvious ones. Ru will have like the ra with the dhamma, okay? For example, kafaru, you will not say kafaru, okay? Say kafaru, right? Right. And then you will have preceding it dhamma. You will have like al-Qur'an, al-Qur'an. I'm not saying al-Qur'an, okay? Al-Qur, right? You'll notice that if you try to get it weak, you will have difficulty getting it weak because it's not the nature of your tongue, okay? So this is it. Like I want you to understand, like these rules are just observation of the pronunciation. If you are born in that era of speaking the Arabic language, you'll have these all of these things like imprinted in you, like and you will not have to like to teach it to someone to know how to pronounce. He will be able to pronounce it, okay? But it's a good thing to know them, to teach them, okay, for the non-Arabic speakers, okay? And actually I noticed that most of you, when you try to recite, you get it right. You get most of these laws, of these rules right from just reciting, because you're trying to recite with the nature of your tongue, and the nature of your tongue is telling you that you should get it strong or weak, okay? But there are some side cases that I want to warn you about, okay? These are the cases that I have added, okay? So again, to the number 6, if you have dhamma and sukun and then sukun, khusr, khusr, yes, yeah, khusr. Get the scene right at first. Khusr. If you want to get the scene right, you should smile in it, okay? Khusr. Yeah. Do not smile before the scene. Okay, this is the sport that I told you about. Okay, it's a sport to your mouth. All right. Okay. This is the easy one, I think. Let's correct this one, the number 7. Okay, this one is called sudden kasra. In Arabic, it's called kasr arid. Arid means it wasn't there in the beginning, but it happened because of something. Okay, so it's sudden. Like this is like my translation to it. Okay. I'll try to zoom it for you. Okay. How exactly or when exactly does this sudden kasra come? Do you remember when I told you about the alif wasl? Alif wasl, what is the haraka of alif wasl? The essence of it, like the one that is supposed to be on the alif wasl. It's sukun, right? Alif wasl has a sukun. If we say that this alif wasl has this mark, okay, on the mushaf, you will say that it has a sukun, okay? Alif, and when alif comes with this, you say that this is alif wasl, alif wasl, right? And alif wasl, what it does, again, if you are continuing the recitation, it's just as it's not there. And if you start with it, I told you before, you cannot start with sukoon. Okay, so you will need to convert it to some other haraka. We are now talking about this about this thing. If we are starting with it, and we did need to convert it to another haraka, and we converted it somehow in another lesson. I will tell you how to convert it, but somehow we converted it to kasra, so it becomes a sudden kasra. Okay, this way, right?
Because of your alif wasl.
Yes.
Is
So
there any other condition that we can call it sudden kasra? Except alif
from
wasl?
what I know, no.
Okay.
Okay.
So only
The bab the kasr that is sudden comes from
changing the
something called when in Arabic it's called التقاء الساكنين. In English, when two sukun are met. Okay, this happens when two sukun are met. This we need to change the haraka of the first one, and when we start with sukun. This is the sukun, if you don't know it. Okay. If these are the two cases that you will have to turn the haraka to another haraka. When there are two letters that have sukun following each other, you will need to change the first one. Okay. How? This will be a lesson by itself. Okay. And it has a lot of rules in it. Okay. And actually, it's one of the natures of your recitation that you get it right from not knowing the rules. Okay, without knowing the rules. But I will tell you the rules just to make sure that everything is loud and clear. Okay. And when you start with sukun, you change also the haraka because you cannot start with sukun. Okay. These are the two cases. Okay. Let's see. If you have sudden kasra, again, and plus a ra with sukun, you will have this ra as a strong one. So this one, if I say irji'u, I say it ir. I'm not saying ir. Okay, I'm saying irji'u, right? Ir. Yes. This one, if I continue the recitation, I will say al-dir, 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 right? Understood? And if I start, I will say it tada lahum, right? Okay. Okay. Again, you didn't ask me this question, and it's a good question to ask. Why did I say al-dir and the alif wasl wasn't there? Why? I was saying al-dir. I continued the recitation, so the alif wasl should be not there. Okay, so where is the kasr that is عارض here? Where is the sudden kasr here? Where is the sudden kasra here?
If you stop it and
If you start from irtada, this is clear, I think, yeah. But if I continue, I also said it strong, okay? I said al-ladir tada.
the ya is mat, right?
The ya is mad, right? The ra has what?
Mat.
Yes, has a sukoon, right?
Yeah. That's okay.
Because it's two sukun together.
Yes, two sukoon together. So now this one will have kasr, okay? So you will have to say it as well, irtada, okay? At the beginning it wasn't kasr, right? Things begin to make sense, right? Hope so. Okay, the last side case is when you have kasra and then ara and then after the ra comes a letter from these letters. Kha, sa, da, gha, ta, qa, dha. When you have a letter from these things, it's called khussa ضغط قض. خصة ضغط قض. Try to say it. ضغط قض. This is just a mnemonic to memorize these letters. These letters have an attribute of being strong. Okay, these are the strong letters. Okay, خ ص ضغط قض. Okay, these are the strong letters that you should know. Okay, so when you have kasra, again, you have kasra, and then ra with sukun, and then after the ra, a strong letter. Then the strong letter wins. The strong letter wins and tries to make the ra strong. Okay, so this is why. Okay, so for example, when I say وإرصاد وإرصاد, yeah, you find this is having kasra, and this is sukun, and this is sa. وإرصاد. I didn't say وإرصاد, right? وإرصاد. This one قرطاس. This one فرقة, right? But there is a catch here. These letters shouldn't have kasra, okay? Because if they have kasra, they will be weaker, okay? And it will be another rule that I will tell you about, okay? But they should have another thing other than the kasra, okay? Okay, let's start with the weak ones. Everything is clear right now, okay? The weak ones, the ra with kasra. For example, Kareem. I'm not saying Kareem, I said Kareem, right? And with if the preceding letter has kasra and it has a sukun, for example, Fir'aun. I'm not saying Fir'aun, Fir'aun, Fir, right? Try it. Fir'aun. Yes. And if you have a letter that has a sukun and then the ra, and preceding them is a letter with kasra, like this one, hijr. I'm not saying hijr, hijr. Okay, having a ra with sukun that is supposed to be weak is a bit harder. Okay, so you should practice it more. Hijr, hijr. Yeah. Okay, and this one as well, qadir. Yeah, I'm not saying qadir, qadir. Okay. Last thing in here, this was also a special case. When you have fatha, letter with fatha, and a ya with sukun, ya with sukun, okay, and ra with sukun. For example, khayr. I'm not saying khayr, right? Why it's a special case? Because if you look to it, you will find that it's a letter that has a fatha and a letter that has a sukun, and a letter and the ra with a sukun. This was the general rule that we learned here, right? Okay, so there is an exception. Okay, there is an exception if the letter is ya with a sukun and ra. Why is that happening? Because ya is the mother of kasra. Okay, ya is very close to kasra. Okay, right? So then the ya makes the ra weaker. Okay.
What about the
The sudden kasra.
I think we have yeah and
Wait, where? Sudden kasra here. Okay.
wait, it's like
The other one?
Yeah. We have biscuit at 3 and then yeah.
ال
Biscuit.
yeah and ra. Okay.
What
It
don't have
it's ya with sukun. This is ya with sukun. Okay. And this is the with kasr.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's okay. Right.
So it's not the same rule. Good question. This as well. ضير. ضير. I'm not saying ضير. Wrong. Okay. ضير. Okay. Now we have the two cases that the two of them can happen. Okay. You can say it with strong or you can say it with weak, and I will tell you how to what to prefer, and I will tell you why to prefer it. Okay. First, if you have a letter that has kasra and the ra, and the letter from the things that we have learned, the strong letters, خص ضغط انقض, but with kasra. So now you have two things. You have a strong letter, but actually it has a kasra. Okay, so you can do the both. Like it's now balanced. Okay, so you can say فير قين كالطود, this one. Okay, so there's a fa with kasra, and then a ra with sukun, and then qa with kasra, right? So we can say fir qin with the weak one, fir qin, and also wake up William, and also fir qin, right? It can be done, okay? Fir qin and fir qin, both of them can be right, okay? And also, yeah, a good question. If I stopped, if I said فرق and I stopped, what should I do? Should I get it strong and weak, or should I only make it strong, or should I only make it weak? It's a good question. Okay, again, if I stopped, what will I pronounce it? فرق, right? With a sukun, right? If I stopped. So when I stop, what is this rule actually? It's this rule. The rule number 8. Because I told you without kasra. So anything else will be okay. Fatha or dhamma or sukun. Right? So be cautious. If you stopped on it, you'll say firq. You cannot say firq. No. Only if you continue. فرق كالطود, yes. فرق كالطود, yes. But if you say فرق and you stop, this is wrong. Right? Understood? Okay. You will have this slides or this as a PDF, and you can return back to it. Okay. I've told you before about the general rules. The general rules are like the obvious ones. The fatha and dhamma gives you strong, and kasra gives you weak. These are the things that you will find yourself when you are reciting, that you are not really able to recite them, or you are not sure how to recite them. Okay. The other rule is when you have kasra, then one of the letters بقى have a سكون. خص ضغط انقض بقى have a سكون. One of the strong letters بقى have a سكون. And then ra with a سكون. For example, this one is Egypt. مصر. Yeah. If I have happened to say it, مصر. مصر. Yeah, and if I can say مصر, right? مصر. Okay. Also, I can say القطر. القطر. Yeah, not the قطر. Not قطر. Different. القطر means copper. copper, the metal. Okay. القطر. Yeah, and you can say القطر. القطر. Yeah. Okay. So again, you have kasra and then one of the strong letters with sukun, and then the ra with sukun. What to prefer from these? You can pronounce both, and you can pronounce with strong and weak. Okay. But what to prefer? Ibn al-Jazari, you have I've told you about Ibn al-Jazari before. Okay. Ibn al-Jazari, that the one that, who made the one who was the Imam of Qurra. Okay. Well, very famous one. This بمصر, when you continue it will be ادخلوا مصر إن شاء الله آمنين. Okay. And this one you will have it وأسلنا له عين القطر ومن الجن ما okay ومن. Now if you continue it, you will have fatha, and this will have kasr, right? So Ibn Jazari preferred for his recitation that the thing that you will continue with, you choose it in the stopping as well. Understood? So for example, when he said Misra, inshallah, this is the classic one, ra with fatha. Okay, ra with fatha means it's strong. Okay, and ra with kasra means it's weak. So if that happened, he preferred that he will pronounce the thing that you would pronounce when you continue. Okay, but it's up to you. If you are more comfortable with saying Misr, it's okay. But he chose for himself Misr. Right, and chose for himself also al-qitr. Okay, that's it. These are the rules. 8 4 2. 8 4 2. These are the rules, and I know that it's actually more complex than the last one, the last time. You should know it. Now you can read any ra without without suspecting it. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Any questions? Really, any questions? Not really. Should I review them? Just ask what you want. I understand. I know the problem right now. The problem is just to practice and to memorize all of this, right? Yeah, I'm with you.
I think for Indonesian, we usually, even though it's strong, we use wrong, like R.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't use
R.
baro. When we stop, we didn't use ro or something.
Yeah.
But we just make it clear R, like ber
Yeah.
or something like that. I think it's because in Indonesia, our R is very strong.
Strong, yeah.
So
Good thing, like 8 of them are strong. 8 4 2. So we have like the most of them are strong. Alhamdulillah. Only 4 mistakes that you do. Right? Subhanakallah.